Good morning. It's Mike at Cross Country Mortgage. Time for your Monday morning mortgage update for the week of January the 22nd. Wow, I can't believe January is almost over with. I hope you have had a great start to 2024 and a great weekend. It was a wet weekend. It was a great weekend. Love to see the streams and the creeks and the rivers full of water and that lake filling up. So what happened last week? What's going to happen this week? I always try to give you tools, tips, tactics, information so that you can go out and have intelligent conversation with your buyers and your sellers when they have fear and concern about what's happening in the market. Should I buy now? Should I list now? Should I wait until it's going to get better? Is it going to get better? So let's talk about what happened last week. So last week, we actually saw a little bit of a sell-off in the market, and the price of interest rates got worse by about 30 basis points. So, but keep this in perspective. Since the middle of December, we've just been in a flat trading channel. We just haven't seen rates really change that much. It really, even though we had a sell-off, it really didn't impact the rates. So why did this happen? Because retail sales were higher than expected. Now, obviously, these numbers are from the holidays, but people were using that credit. We talked about the $1 trillion in credit that people have, and they were using it, at least the indication is, to buy stuff, buy presents or items, things like that, not pay the bills. Not really unexpected considering that most retailers make most of their money in November and December. So the numbers that are realistic are probably going to come out. It will come out next month, and I think those will be a little different. So let's talk about what is going to move the market this week. Really two things, inflation, no surprise there, and then a lot of housing data coming up. And I want to give you some insight on how to kind of decipher that data and what it really means long term. So there are three reports that come out every month, CPI, PPI, and PCE, that measure inflation in different ways. And the PCE, really the third of the horsemen, if you will, is coming out Friday. It is the main data point that the Fed uses to determine if they're going to hike rates, lower rates, or leave rates alone. So it is the most impactful report. If it's up, then rates will go up. If it's down, then rates will go down. So inflation is the death of mortgage rates. We know that. So we want this inflation to go down. Why have we seen rates improve since October of last year? Is because inflation is starting to get under control. At least that's the indications. So we'll be watching a lot of what's happening on Friday. That big report's coming out. And then there's a lot of housing data coming out this week. We're going to see pending home sales, new home sales, mortgage applications. And a lot of this data is from October and November. So we have to put that in perspective. But I want to show you some of the data that's come out in the last week and give you some insight on really what this all means. So some graphs here that I'm showing you. The top one, existing home sales. So this shows month over month down, and year over year, existing home sales are down. Now think about this. We saw the highest rates we've seen in years in October, end of October, bleeding into November, and 8%. Mortgage rates on a 30-year fix were over 8%. So it would be understandable to see that how home sales have actually dropped down a little bit, and then we're also heading into the coolest part of the market, into the winter months. So again, put that into perspective. Inventory is also down and not uncommon. We tell our clients all the time, hey, there's great opportunities in the winter months because fewer people are hunting for homes, but there's also less inventory. Interesting, though, is that Lawrence Yen, really somebody that's listened to a lot, he's the economist for the NAR, says that, hey, this is probably the bottom and we expect this to be higher going into the new year. It should be no surprise. We're going into the buying season in February, March, really. And so, of course, we expect these numbers to change. And again, these numbers are October, November numbers. The second graph shows new home construction. And again, these are October, November numbers. And you'll see that housing that starts on new construction is down month over month, up year over year, but down month over month. So we're seeing a decline month over month. Construction, actual building is down month over month and year over year, but completions are up. Now, again, put that in perspective. Those completions are always 3 months, 6 months from when they started. So it's not uncommon that they were starting to build a little bit at the beginning of the year, and now they're finishing at the end. But one thing that's really important here is look at permits. Permits are up month over month and up year over year. So pulling permits knows that those homes are going to be built in 3, 6, 9 months down the road. And this supports the last image here I'm showing you, is that home builder sentiment is up. And this is a change. We look at August, September, October, November numbers. They were down. If we go back to the summer, we've been really in a building recession for quite some time. And builders just have not had confidence that the houses they build are going to sell. So they've really backed off on construction nationwide, definitely in Northern California as well. But now we're starting to see a shift in the mindset of builders. We're going into the buying season. They're starting to pull new permits. They think 24 is going to be a solid year. And this should be a very positive message to convey to your buyers and sellers, is that the market looks positive in 2024. I also want to show you some numbers that really support the valuation in our area. So it shows appreciation or expected appreciation on the left-hand side of this graph and historical appreciation on the right. And you can see that in Shasta County, this top image here shows that in the next 5 years, over a 25% estimated appreciation for housing in Shasta County. And this is numbers that come from CoreLogic, HFHA, Black Knight, Case Shiller. The data behind this are very reliable, respected appreciation data that we all use, economists use to project what's going to happen in the market. And I also pulled some numbers for Siskiyou County, over 28 estimated appreciation in the next 5 years. Lassen County, over 27%. Butte County, this says Butte Valley, but it's Butte County, over 26% estimated appreciation. Tama County, over 28 estimated appreciation. So all these numbers for the next 5 years look very, very robust, very positive for our Northern California area. And that should be good news, information that you can share with your buyers and sellers. So you may be looking at these graphs saying, man, how do I get a hold of those? Give me a call. I've got access to these. We can design something that fits your needs so that you can go out there and talk to your buyers and sellers. I'd love to help you put something together. All my information is in this email. So what are we doing for the market? We're floating into the end of the week. We expect some volatility. If you have any questions about rates, don't hesitate to give me a call. If you have somebody that needs help putting some loans together, I'm more than happy to help. Have an awesome, productive week.